Supported by
Cowbell with Vitarid.
Hello there and welcome to News Generation. I am Akesi Mwake and I'm doing this with Inshira Nyako. Hello Inshira.
Hello Akesi.
Looking stunning as usual.
Look amazing as well.
Oh, thank you. So how has your week been?
It's been fun.
Studying, going out with friends.
As well. Not much going out.
Not much because you're going back to school soon.
Yeah.
We all are.
So when are you going back to school?
Very soon. I'd like to keep that discreet. Let's move on to our headlines. It's a new year with new charges as drivers are compelled to buy first aid kits which cost 180 cedis from the DVLA.
Nomadic herdsmen in Agogo have been given a 7-day ultimatum to leave or face forceful eviction.
And what more can a mobile phone offer you apart from calls and text messages? We will hear from some farmers. You're watching News Generation. We'll be right back after this quick breather. Please stay.
Lonely Mr. also has a problem with his radio.
Mission time!
My big brother always stealing my cowbell coconut milk power cable. Check. Second one, check.
Hanger, cowbell, mug, check. Radio, check.
More flavors are better than one. Cowbell is fortified with protein, mineral, vitamin A, C, D, E, and K to help you complete the mission. Cowbell comes in coconut, strawberry, choco malt, and Mr. Owusu's favorite, mocha. There's something for everyone.
Mission accomplished!
Welcome back from the break. Remember, you're watching News Generation. You can join our online conversations. Find us on Facebook. It's News Generation and tweet at us at NewsGenGH. Now, Inshira will take us through the first story.
In our first story, what more can a mobile phone offer you apart from calls and text messages? For some farmers in Ghana, the mobile device is helping solve some of the biggest challenges like post-harvest losses and market prices for crops. Justice Beidou has been to the Ashanti regional capital Kumasi to find out more about this innovation.
Farming, sometimes a tedious job, but it remains the country's biggest employer, engaging more than half of its over 25 million people. One of the biggest challenges drawing it back, though, is the lack of transparency for prices of farm produce on the market. Middle-aged Douglas Ajay has been farming vegetables for over a decade now. Besides low market prices, the agriculture he and his colleagues engage in here is mainly rain-fed, making them vulnerable to the weather.
Middlemen decide and so cowboy.
Middlewomen always decide the price we sell our produce. That makes us lose all the money we invest because they cheat us.
That
is why many young people do not want to farm. This is a problem for us.
More than 26 million of these gadgets are currently in use in Ghana. Call it the mobile revolution that is transforming our lives 360 degrees. They are not just making communications easier. Now, they are also touching one of the most critical backbones of our economy, agriculture.
We know bot start 399.
Farmerline, this new tech company, is seeking to take advantage of this using the mobile phone to reach more farmers with market prices and weather forecasts, all in their own dialect.
What we seek to do is that we provide this information for the farmer to give him that kind of knowledge. If the middlewoman comes, the farmer now knows the prevailing market prices of the various markets, and then this will empower him to negotiate for good prices. Farmers do want to apply fertilizer, they want to spray their produce, they want to even do planting, they want to dry their produce. And because they don't know the weather information or the weather update, this affects them. So Farmerline, through the mobile phone, in their own local languages, we send the information to them about what the weather will be for a particular day or the next day. This helps the farmer to make preparation, when to apply the fertilizer, when to add and dry the produce, or even spray the farm.
Post-harvest losses caused in part by farmers not able to sell their produce alone account for the wastage of more than half of all food crops in Ghana. This new technology may be a game changer. Justice Beidou, Joy News, Kumasi.
What does your mobile phone do for you? You can tell us on Facebook, it's News Generation, and tweet us at NewsGenGH. Now on to our next story. It's a box containing plaster, paracetamol tablets, gentian violets, and a few items readily available on the market. That is what some drivers say the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority is selling to them at a whopping 180 Ghana cedis. In old currency, that is 1.8 million cedis. The DVLA says it has been compelled to supply the first aid boxes to vehicle owners during registration because most drivers are failing to comply with the directive to have one. Maxwell Agbagba spoke to some vehicle owners at the DVLA office near the 37 Military Hospital in Accra.
I don't know what is happening because anybody wakes up and decides what to do and does it. Apply anything into the system and force people to just comply with it. How can you purchase the same thing in the market 15 cities? And when you come to DVLA, they are selling it to us like 180
Ghana cities, we are told.
80 cities. Yeah. And it is so outrageous in the sense that I don't know what is inside what the DVLA is giving us that is different from what is sold outside. The normal thing that paracetamol, sellotape, and what have you, they are just, you can just purchase those things less than 10 cities in the market. So what is really happening? Okay. What are they hiding that they can't tell us? How come that thing is now 100 plus? While you can buy the same thing 15 cities? I don't get it.
Wow. So you are still going through the registration. It's something that you definitely going to, pay for. Should you get there, and if it's real, you're going to pay for it.
Exactly. The thing is, it is a system. If you don't pay it, they are not going to register your car.
Personally, I think somebody is out there trying to make business out of this opportunity, or because of we are registering. Because as my brother said, if you go out there, this first aid will not cost that much. So they are forcing us to pay this compulsory by force. So you don't have anything to say. The fact that first aid box is very important because of certain things they've mentioned. You need to have first aid box in your car because of certain emergency that might come in your way. But they shouldn't use these and make business out from the ordinary Ghanaians.
I'm not happy about it. I came here to register my car, and then they are saying we should buy a first aid box, which we were not noticed earlier on. So it's something that we were not expecting, and now we need to do something about it. And when I sighted inside, nothing so unique about it concerning like compared to what they sell outside. And even the one which they sell outside is 10 cities. Why should you give this one to us for 110 cities? You are duping us.
Now, I'm sure you all out there are wondering, how does this affect me? Well, it does, because as the end user of the service, it could mean you would be paying more transportation.
How, you may ask? If a driver spends 100 cedis to buy fuel and maintain his car, he would push that cost to you when you board the car, and especially now that school is about to resume. You don't need that extra cost. Well, the good news is, due to public outcry, that service has been suspended. We will bring you updates in our subsequent bulletins.
Moving on, by next week, most of you would have gone back to the classroom. For some of you, mommy and daddy would have to pick you from school, and for others, you may have to walk back home. But hey, we care about your safety, so here are some lessons to help you stay safe on your way home back from school.
Good morning, children. How are you all today?
Very good morning, ma'am.
Children, I have something exciting to teach today. You know, it is very important to follow traffic rules always. Seeing is believing. So who wants to watch a film in class today?
Me.
Great! Let's watch a short film on road safety.
Good morning, children. I am the traffic signal, and I am very important for managing traffic smoothly on the roads. Let me introduce you to the 3 colors of traffic signal. Yellow tells us to be ready to stop. Red light tells us to stop. And green light tells us to go. We should always follow these lights on the road for smooth movement of traffic.
Rahul, are you going to walk back home with me?
Yes, sure.
See that sign, Rahul? It implies stop. This one implies walk.
This sign implies no parking. This limits the speed to 20.
Let's cross the road.
Yes, here is the zebra crossing. Remember what teacher had taught in class today.
First right, then left and again right. Only cross when it's clear and safe. Keep looking while crossing and remember, never be in a rush to cross the road.
So kids, let's recap.
Always observe the traffic lights.
Good. And what do the 3 colors signify?
Red says stop.
Yellow tells us to be ready to stop.
And green says go.
Excellent.
Dad, where is your helmet? You must wear the helmet. It's for our safety.
Thank you, son, for reminding me.
Dad, your mobile is ringing. Someone is calling you.
It's not right to answer now. I will call him back.
Dad, why don't you blow the horn and ask the driver to move his car out of our way? We are getting late.
Son, hospitals are silent zones. Honking outside a hospital is not allowed. We must always respect that.
We have reached. Here is an empty space. Just park it here. We are getting late for the movie.
It's a no parking zone. They will tow away our scooter. We must always park it in the parking area ahead.
So students, what did we learn here? Can you recap the same for me, please?
Use the zebra crossing to cross the road safely. Protect head by wearing a helmet when on two-wheelers. Always stop vehicle at red light. Hospitals are no horn zones. Maintain silence. Park in authorized parking areas only. Drive within speed limits. Never use mobile while riding.
Wonderful! Let's have a round of applause. Children, you all are now familiar with safe road practices. Please follow and share these with your friends and family to keep our roads safe.
There's more news in local news round. A number of students visiting the Adabakar Hospital to be vaccinated against H1N1 and meningitis outbreak are being turned away for their inability to pay for the cost of vaccination. The students are expected to pay a sum of 250 cedis charge for H1N1 vaccination and 20 Ghana cedis for meningitis vaccines. Some parents complain the charges are too high and are demanding answers from health authorities. Ghana Immigration Service has strongly defended the 50 Ghana cedi cost of application forms for the service. Public Relations Officer of the service, DSI Michael Amwako Atta, explains the charges to cover the cleaning of recruitment venues and other costs associated with the process. There has been huge public outcry at the long, winding queues seen at regional offices of the service. 84,637 people aged between 22 and 27 applied for the 500 vacancies in the immigration service. Defense Minister Dominic Nitiwo is backing the calls for a probe into allegations that businessmen were charged $100,000 to sit close to President Akufo-Addo at an awards ceremony. Though Dominic Nitiwo is confident the probe will vindicate government officials involved in the matter, Parliament on Friday reconvened to consider a motion for an investigation into the matter by Minority Leader Muntaka Mubarak. Some parliamentarians described the sitting as a waste of time.
We're taking a quick break. We'll be right back with more.
Do stay.
Lonely Mr. also has a problem with his radio.
Mission time!
My big brother always stealing my cowbell coconut milk power cable. Check. Second one, check.
Hanger, cowbell, mug, check. Radio, check.
More flavors are better than one. Cowbell is fortified with protein, mineral, vitamin A, C, D, E, and K to help you complete the mission. Cowbell comes in coconut, strawberry, choco malt, and Mr. Owusu's favorite, mocha. There's something for everyone.
Mission accomplished!
Welcome back from the break. Remember, you can join our conversations online. Send us your comments, questions, and suggestions on Facebook. It's News Generation, and tweet us at NewsGenGH. Our Isha will take us through the next story.
Now moving on, Nomadic herdsmen in Agogo have 7 days to leave the community or they would be forced out. The ultimatum was issued at a meeting between the leadership of the herdsmen and traditional authorities of Agogo. The meeting was held to address the recent shooting and killing of cattle by military officers deployed by the District Security Council for allegedly destroying crops belonging to indigents. Mohammed Nuruddin has more.
A closed-door meeting has just ended here between the leadership of the herdsmen and that of the community. The agreement is that the herdsmen are supposed to leave the community within a week.
They have no right whatsoever to any parcel of land in Agogo area, and they cannot forcibly also enter onto our land and expect us to remain quiet for them to even destroy our farmlands and even produce from our farms. So now the paramount chief has given them a moratorium of 1 week for them to evacuate all cattle from the land and go to wherever they can find land. The community had insisted on a 3-day moratorium, save that magnanimously the paramount chief has extended it to 1 week. So we expect these people to leave our lands within 1 week. The matter is that you cannot possibly enter into somebody's land and operate illegally on the land and disrespect this custom, the culture, and the laws of the land. So they are a nuisance unto the people of this community, and we cannot live with such nuisance.
Are there any arrangements on how they are supposed to leave this land?
The issue about how is to them, not to us. They have the animals on our land unlawfully. So however they do it, but we are giving them 1 week within which to evacuate, either by truck, by walking, or by airlifting. That is up to them. But as far as we are concerned, we start from today, and the 1 week ends today of next week, Tuesday of next week. So Wednesday of next week, we don't expect to have any more cattle on our land.
What happens when the week elapses?
You know, as I told you, we are into execution. We have a court judgment. We are executing. We are only just by the intervention of the paramount chief. We are only just staying the execution. We are not aborting the execution and take it right. We are staying the execution for 1 week. So if after the week they will not have complied with the magnanimous intervention of the chief, then we enforce the orders of the court. So we restart the execution. We will do it and finish it. Execution means that go on until the order is obeyed. So they will have to obey the order, or we will have to force them to obey the order. So that is the...
By which means?
Well, it is the state that is undertaking the execution. I'm sure that you know that upon the grant of orders by the court, we get the state agencies to execute the orders of the court. So we are only just facilitating the execution of the order of the court as per the state security agencies, and that is what is happening.
We're going to see more animals being killed.
We don't have any interest in killing anybody's animal. In fact, we are not even happy that animals are being killed so far. And people are saying they are killing animals. I haven't been there, I don't know. They are driving the animals away. That is my understanding. I am not an operational person on the ground, and therefore I don't come under the command of the security structure. And it's a security structure that gives the command to operatives on the ground to enforce the orders of the court. So as far as I'm concerned, I want to see clear land without animals. However, the state institutions go about executing it is a matter for state agencies to discuss.
In the case now, the MP Kano, I had no credit. I'm so more bahache. No more buying and Shishai, no more Shishai, and I'm saying yes, I know my yeno. Nankomo yen is San Kabiank and then or in the hat. Buy and you see, oh, Mamma Masasi, Monje buying farm, Mufo Mum, Munye Bibia, Kama, or Munye. I know what you know.
Alright guys, this brings us to the end of another exciting episode, our second episode for 2018. Ishra, how has it been for you?
It's been
very educative, informative, exciting. We always bring you the best right here on News Generation, so y'all should keep watching. My name is Akesi Moke, and thank you so much for watching News Generation.
I'm Ishra Nyakun.
Until next time.
Bye.